Light isn't just about exposure, it's about emotion, and it shapes the way your viewer feels about your image. In this video, I'll show you 5 powerful ways that light affects emotion in photography and show you how you can use it to tell stronger stories. Hi, my name is Sean Gallagher. I'm a professional photographer and filmmaker. If you're new to my channel, welcome. For the past 20 years, I've been producing work for clients including National Geographic, The Guardian, and the Pulitzer Center. Here on my channel, I want to share with you some of the things that I've learned from my career in order to help you improve your photography. In today's video, I'm going to show you 5 powerful ways that you can use light to affect emotion in your photographs and also use it to tell stronger stories. As a photojournalist, light is extremely important to how I make images, and I want to share some of my favorite ways that I use light to convey emotions in my photographs. Before we get started, I want to introduce you to my mentorship program. It's an exclusive online community of photographers from all around the world learning with me. You can join us for one-on-one video calls with me, monthly video group chats, and access to my global community of mentees. And you can download my ebook titled The Camera Doesn't Matter for some quick tips to improve your photography. Okay, let's go on to the first way in which light can influence emotion in your photos. Soft, diffused light wraps gently around your subject. Think about overcast days or window light or those moments in the shade away from the harsh light. It creates these images that feel peaceful and honest and emotionally open, and it's perfect for portraits and kind of quiet storytelling. Let's have a look at a few of my images to show you exactly what I mean. In this image of a jetty along a coastline, you can see that soft light is created by these overcast conditions in the late afternoon. It creates a sense of peace and tranquility that you can see throughout the whole of the scene. If you happen to be indoors, you might be able to use the soft light that is coming from a nearby window, for example. So soft light, natural light, is often a very good way to create this flattering light that helps subtly increase the power of a portrait. So if you find yourself shooting on an overcast day, or you're trying to get away from the harsh midday sun and have moved into the shadows to make photos, you can use this to your advantage when you're making images. Okay, let's go on to an opposite technique for using light, and that's using harsh light for drama and tension. Harsh light is bold, it's strong, and it's often quite jarring to the viewer. And you'll often find it in the form of unfiltered sunlight at noon or with a strong flash with no diffuser. It creates these deep, dark shadows that have stark contrast and a sense of unease and tension and drama. And this light kind of demands attention. It kind of feels raw and uncomfortable and sometimes even hostile. But when you use it with intention, it can be really powerful. When I was on the Tibetan plateau, the sunlight was often very harsh and unforgiving at high altitude. I made this picture in the middle of the day in a market where men were selling jewelry. Those deep, dark shadows are normally something I avoid, but in this image, they create this sense of tension and mystery, which I really like. If you do find yourself in these conditions, then try to use the harsh light to highlight other things in your frame, like the bright color of these flags, which contrast really nicely with those deep, dark shadows. In street photography or photojournalism, harsh light can visually communicate that tension or urgency, and it can also be used artistically to reveal emotional intensity. Harsh light isn't necessarily always bad light. It's actually quite expressive, and you can use it to your advantage to say something a little bit deeper with your photos. Golden light, like a sunset or sunrise, naturally invokes warmth and emotion, and it's the colour of campfires, candlelights, and often brings back these feelings of fond memories of places and people. Warm light connects with viewers on a subconscious level, and it feels hopeful and safe and uplifting. And that's why it's the type of light that is so popular with so many different kinds of photographers. In this image taken in Venice, you can see that I was taking this classic sunset image of the waterways. So by capturing the golden light just before the sun was about to set, it created this really incredible warmth, which makes you feel almost an affection and longing for this classic view. A flying bird combined with the golden light of a sunrise over the Ganges River creates this feeling of hope as a new day dawns in India. Photographers often chase the golden hour because it makes everything look better, but it also makes everything feel better within the frame. So you should use this to your advantage as a photographer. Cool light is a completely different emotional register than other forms of light that we've talked about so far. It distances the viewer, and it feels emotionally cooler and more reserved and sometimes even lonely. Think of twilight or the blue hour, which occurs just before the sun rises or just after it sets. These are great times of the day to find this type of light and to seek out this unique feeling in your images. In this image taken at China's West Lake in Hangzhou, I was really lucky to find this ethereal blue light that was created just after the sunset one day. That lone woman walking along the shore of the lake not just adds to the composition, but also gives you this sense of isolation, which is intensified by the cool light. Similarly, in this image of a boy in Tuvalu, that cool tone really intensifies the fact that he's alone in the water, and it gives the viewer a sense of slight unease. Cool light is also very useful in editorial and fine art photography, where you want your viewers to slow down and to feel something quite subtle or maybe even unresolved in your photo. That absence of warmth becomes almost a language of its own, and it's a really powerful way in which you elicit feelings from your viewers. Backlighting is one of my favorite types of light, and I use it a lot in my work because you can utilize backlight, for example, when you're shooting into the light with the main source of light behind your subject. So this might be when the sun is peeking through some trees, or there's a lamp glowing behind someone in a room, or even there might be like a flash from behind someone. Using this kind of light can add feelings of mystery and can add drama and even elicit questions in your photos rather than being obvious and providing all the answers for your viewer. In this image taken in China, you can see that the light is coming from behind the main subjects. And because of my elevated position, I'm able to utilize the contrast between light and shadows to make this picture. Some people don't like to lose all those details in the shadows, but I really like it because lacking that detail can add mystery and intrigue and actually make the image more memorable. Silhouettes in particular allow the viewer to project their own meaning. They see shape, gestures and mood without distraction. So sometimes you can just let the viewer fill in the blanks. Backlighting is especially powerful with storytelling. So use it to elevate your images from literal ones to more emotional and mysterious ones. It really adds to your frame when you take photos like this and gives a deeper level of intrigue for your viewer. So the next time that you pick up a camera, don't just look at what you're photographing. Look at how the light feels, because that's what your audience will respond to. Remember that emotion starts with the light. If you want to practice these techniques, pick one of them and go out and try to capture these based on one of these principles. Once you feel that you've got it, then you can move on to the next one. Once you've made some photos and you want to get some feedback on your images, why not join my public online communities for feedback? I have two groups. I've got one on WhatsApp and one on WeChat. And in these groups, members share their photos and get feedback from me and the community. To join these communities, all you need to do is scan the QR codes that can be found in my ebook. Just visit my website, download the ebook, scan the codes, and I'll add you to the groups. If you really want to take your photography to the next level, however, consider joining my mentorship program, on which you can get one-on-one video calls with me and guidance to improve your photography. It's a chance to really accelerate your photography's development. And to join the group, all you need to do is click the link in the video description to visit my website to learn more. Thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below. I'll see you in the next video.